if we have one because
Oh
have you,
yeah, we don't.
have you done it twice?
I've done it twice. Yep,
And I've done it twice.
and Carrie's done it twice, I think. Or
Uh,
yeah. Um, so how do we want to work it?
I don't know. That's why I never heard from him what we were supposed to do.
Yeah, I asked him in my last when I submitted my stuff last week. I asked him what he wanted us to do, and I never heard a reply back.
Yeah, I didn't either, and so I'm like, well, okay, whatever. But we can just discuss it on our own and not necessarily go with questions and stuff.
At work.
Okay, sounds fine to me.
Ooh. What did you guys think of the new compensation plan for the case of unpopular pay plan?
Is that what we're on? Is the compensation plan?
I think so.
Which one? Which one was that? Refresh my memory.
It's the case of the unpopular pay plan.
Okay,
Basically, they
hang on a
the
second. Let me
vice
find that one. I thought we were on the discipline without punishment.
I think that's next week.
Is that next week? See, I thought I was a week behind. Okay, case of the unpopular plan. Got it. Um. Oh, I thought it was a week behind. Oh my heavens.
No, that's next week. So
Okay. Um. Let's see. I thought it was confusing.
I thought it was stupid. I don't know. It seemed very thought about from only one side, just from corporate company and not individual.
Yes.
Um, and if I was an employee, I would quit.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know. Just
I
however.
did. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, you can go ahead.
I did. There was one person that mentioned how that they were spending too much money on training, and I agree. There, a lot of that, a lot of money is gone into employees that don't stick around, and then they have to retrain them and stuff. Um, but to reduce, let's see, I think he wanted to reduce the workforce by 15%, but do it voluntarily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I thought it was interesting how the vice president and a couple other people from upper level management wouldn't even listen to what everybody else had to say.
Right.
It's like, yeah, you should know right there that you're in you like when your managers and your supervisors aren't on board. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. And the fact that they weren't going to reward individuals or individual teams.
Uh
That
huh.
everything was. I mean, 'cause that one team said they'd gone through and um, they'd gone through and made huge breakthroughs in it, but they hadn't seen any type of reward or aside from think aside from an attaboy here and there,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
and if you have no motivation to do better, what's the point to do better?
Hmm. Right.
Especially with a company like this.
Yeah. It's very discouraging.
Yep.
It sounded like that they just wanted the employees to just work and do what they're supposed to just because they love the company and that was the best for them and stuff. Not necessarily, like you mentioned, the company looking out for them.
Yep. And yeah, I agree with the corporate level or your upper level management there that yes, it could work very well, but it also talks about company culture in there, how you can't change company culture overnight.
Hmm.
And I don't think.
Hey, can you guys hear me now?
Hey, there you go.
Hey,
Yep.
there you are. Good morning. Oh, are you there? Oh, I think she had a note. I just barely saw it. What does it say? Hey, my microphone isn't working, but I can hear you guys.
That was earlier.
I wonder where she went. We can't hear
Hmm.
you now. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing I was thinking, it kind of sounds like the law of consecration. In all honesty, some aspects of it, of what he wants to do, but in the workforce, we're not really motivated by goodness, if you know what I mean.
I lost it again. She said, "Oh, go ahead." In the workforce,
We're not really motivated by goodness, like to do things out of the good of our heart.
right? Because we have no vested interest in the company per se. I mean, if we had a vested interest in that company and we wanted it to succeed, our motives might be a little bit different. Whereas if we're just going just to get our job done, and yeah, we may love it, but we're still just there to get the job done,
Yep.
then we don't have that vested interest. So of course we're not going to go the extra mile and try harder to do a little bit better. We're just going to do what needs to be done.
Exactly. Exactly my thoughts. I don't know what kind of questions it gives us in the discussion. Did you read the 6 dangerous myths about pay?
Yeah.
What did you think of that one?
Let me refresh my memory on that. I thought it was interesting, but I did find that labor rate and labor cost, that was something that either A, I forgot, or B, I never realized.
Yeah. I thought they were all, they all kind of seem like common sense to me. Like they're kind of common sense ideas, but at the same time, I do see where they're forgotten in companies.
Right. Right. Well, it surprised me that some of these were myths, like the you can lower your labor costs by cutting labor rates. But I guess that's back to the labor rate and labor costs are two different things. But lower labor costs are, let's see, where was it? I agree with the people. It says that one of the myths is people work for money, and that's not true.
Yep.
That's not always why people work.
Some do, and they're unhappy and drunk on the weekends, but typically.
Hear us. All right. Let's see. Was this the one that had the pre-test
No, that's next week.
again next week?
I'm not sure why there's a pretest, but
Yeah, that was about Idaho labor laws.
yeah.
Okay. Well, is there anything else we should talk about? What about dividing up the doohickey stuff for next time?
Oh yeah. See, that one's due and is out into week 10, right?
Yes.
There it is. That is, what's the date? Saturday the 28th. Yes, because I will be. We'll need to get mine done next. I'll try and get my half done next week.
Okay.
Because I'm going back to Missouri to plant garlic the whole week of Thanksgiving. Well, and try and find a house in Kansas. So
To fight garlic?
to plant garlic.
Oh. Like, wow, must be some tough garlic if you're fighting it.
No. Okay. So we have let's see. So we'll have discipline, wage and labor laws, wage and hour laws.
Compensation, I don't think we have discipline. Where's that one?
That one it's in week 9.
I show compensation, employee benefits, wage and hour laws, and organized labor. But yeah, I guess well, no. What did you say? Yes, I see it. Okay. Yep.
Discipline. Let's see. Yeah. So we'll have 8, 9, 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Carrie's gonna come back at all.
I don't know. Let me type her note. Well, you pick what you want, and we'll just give her. Oh.
Oh, can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Hey, yep.
Oh, sorry. All right. Follows feels. Steal the husband's headphones. Okay.
We were
Nice.
just talking about the doohickey problem. I don't know if you heard us talking about it.
No, I had to restart my computer like for the 5th time this morning.
Nice. I'm sorry.
Did we get a gray back on it?
Not yet.
Uh,
I pretty much used everything you wrote, and I only tweaked a couple words here and there to make it flow a little better. So
that doesn't hurt my feelings.
it looked, I thought everything looked pretty good.
Oh, good.
Probably a lot better than it was probably a lot easier than Stephanie's the other week. So
Well, we had a little bit more experience in.
That's true.
But like, I totally was like all about the whys, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I did not do that in the right format. Let me and Barry's like, rewrite it.
The first assignment, the first test or whatever, to figure out what is expected is always a little bit tricky. And then after that, you're like, okay, I got
Yeah.
this.
Well, and some of them, I don't know how many years you've been doing it, Stephanie, but like some of the instructors are really like generous about that kind of fact. Like, oh, you didn't know what I really want, And then some of them are so harder.
Yeah, we could be stinkers about it and stuff. And you're at the college level. You should know better than to blah blah blah.
mhm.
Okay, so let's talk about dividing up the doohickey so that we can work on that over the next little bit, and we know who's doing what.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Let me open my iLearn so we can see the topics, or I can see the topics. And I'm assuming it's going to be the same flow where the next 3 weeks we're going to learn about 3 different things, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
this one was a little bit. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, go for it.
I was just going to say, I get the concept of the compensation and that's part of the pay, but like I know it, but this information was a little bit harder to read through. Like it wasn't user friendly to me.
Wasn't a story type of thing.
Yeah, it was kind of
Facts.
Vague. I was kind of disappointed with compensation. Yeah, I was expecting more out of this week. Because there's so many different aspects to compensation. It's not all pay. I was really hoping we'd actually go into some of the.
Well, the first section of reading, how employee compensation works, was a little bit more informative to me.
Yeah.
Because it kind of broke down like into different things. So for me, that was a little bit more user friendly. And the fact of the matter is, yeah, with the Affordable Act, it's really messed up everything.
Pretty much.
And it's only gotten worse. And it's only going to get worse. We got a letter from our insurance that said next year's premiums will be the highest ever.
Nice.
Like they actually used, and I think I told you guys this, like, because I work in the medical field, like I couldn't figure out why insurances companies like United Healthcare, blah blah blah, were not fighting this, and then I realized, oh, they picked up all the contracts. They don't care who's paying it.
Until the government runs out of money.
Well, that's going to happen.
Sick.
Because like all the Medicaid policies were turned over to HMOs. So the government no longer is like administrating them or something. I don't like. It's so bizarre to me. All right, so we have this week, which is compensation, and then discipline and wage, and then organized labor. What week is the next doohickey you do?
Into week 10.
Okay, so organized labor
Mm-hmm.
and discipline. Stephanie, did you call something already?
No, I did not. I don't really care.
Doesn't matter to me either.
I don't really care either. I don't have a preference for any of them really.
Yeah.
All right. What about if I did compensation, Carrie, you did discipline, wages, and Barry, you did organized labor?
All right,
Okay,
sounds good.
I can do that.
Okay. and same type of thing into a Google Docs.
Oh, what day is week 10?
I show
Week of Thanksgiving.
Like the 28th?
Yep. That's when it's due.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Are you going somewhere for Thanksgiving?
No, I'm not traveling for Thanksgiving, but I may be traveling for a wrestling tournament. I was just we may be going to Amarillo that weekend, but
Fun.
yeah. So my son actually did pretty well this last weekend. He did his first open tournament, which means for kids that have been wrestling more than 3 years, and he took third.
Oh.
So, and he's actually only a second-year wrestler, so.
Oh, congratulations.
Thanks. It was good wrestling. Oklahoma's got some tough kids.
How
right.
old is he?
He's 7.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Starting in.
My kids are small for their age, and so like we tried the soccer, we tried the baseball, and he's also so he's small for his age because we just have little itty bitty jeans, and then he's an August baby. So, like, when you do team sports based on age, he's always, like, the smallest.
Uh-huh.
And I have a friend who's a wrestling coach, and he's like, he's been asking for, because my kid's kind of crazy. And so he'd been asking for him for a couple years, and I'm like, oh, no, wrestling's weird, you know. He's so crazy, he wouldn't listen to a coach. And then finally I was like, you know what? After I realized he kind of gets squashed on those team sports.
Uh-huh.
And I realized with wrestling, they match him up by age, and then they also match him up by weight, and so he has a fighting chance, and he's actually good at it. He's so flexible that they actually call him the Scorpion.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I didn't know I would like it as much as I do, and then they call me the loud mom because I'm actually like sitting at the sideline screaming.
Ah!
Yes.
Oh, that makes me laugh.
It's a lot of fun. I really did not expect to enjoy it as much as I do. So.
Huh.
Alrighty. So, I missed the whole discussion. Sorry.
Okay. We just talked about. We didn't go through the questions per se. We just talked about what our thoughts were on the articles we read.
All right.
So, what are your thoughts on the articles?
Well, like I said, the play plan one was kind of weird. But I totally get on the other one, like the dangerous myths about pay is the rate. You know, like they're discussing the rate versus the how do they talk about it?
Labor law.
Labor rate and labor cost.
Rate, yeah, because it's true. Like, so yeah, you set up this dollar amount, but really there's so much more that goes into the company I worked for in California. When we would do our yearly review, they would actually work out this formula where they included, you know, your share of the space you occupy. And I always thought that was more interesting. And then plus the cost of our benefits and cost for this. And so I realized they're like, and I don't know if they did this on purpose or not, but then they're like, so technically your hourly wage is really like almost double.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, but I'm not paying tithing on that.
Right.
So I don't know if that's necessary. I know it's a truth, but I don't know if it's necessary to tell your employees that, you know, you cost us more because the air you breathe.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, oh, you use this much toilet paper, and so subtract that from your pay.
I'm gonna start doing that to my kids. You guys actually cost so much more.
They do cost so much more. They are.
They are. They're just money suckers. Alrighty. Well.
Yeah. Well, I think that'll probably about do it for today.
I agree.
All right, sounds good. And then so no, because we've all each had a second turn, we just don't turn in. No one has to turn in a writing assignment.
That's what we're guessing, and that's the impression that I'm under. So
that makes sense to me.
Yep.
All right. Sounds good.
That sounds perfect. Have a good week. I'll see you guys, or see you. We'll do
Next
this
week.
next week.
All
Oh
right.
wait, it's Thanksgiving. Hey,
Alright.
Thanksgiving's
Oh.
coming up. We're not doing this for Thanksgiving Day, right?
Oh, I'm assuming not.
No. Do we still want to do one that week, or just
Well, I
say
think we'll get busted if we don't. So we
Okay.
can do it Wednesday instead. The day before. Is anyone traveling for things? I'm not traveling, so
I'm not going anywhere. Barry, are you? Where are you gonna be?
yeah, I'll be in Missouri, but Wednesday should work. Yeah.
Wednesday, 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. your time, Carrie?
we can do it that way, or we can do it later.
Well, you tell. Yeah, my kids don't have school, and so I'm flexible a little bit.
Well,
with
yeah,
time.
my kids aren't in school too, so if you're not, since you're not doing seminary, because isn't that why we do so
Right.
early? Is so
Right.
we could cut it back an hour or two, or it does not, or we can just stay with our normal, just get it over with. I don't know,
Barry, what are your thoughts?
because
It
if
doesn't
Barry's in
matter.
Missouri, he'll be at my time zone.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
What part of Missouri?
What was that?
What part of Missouri will you be?
Northwest.
Up by St. Louis?
No, other side of the state, by
Oh.
Kansas City.
Oh, okay. We're going for a wrestling tournament. We're going to Derby, Kansas.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I know
that
where
sounds
Derby.
exciting.
Yeah, that one's gonna be a good.
All right, you want to say 7 o'clock your time and 6 o'clock my time on Wednesday?
All right.
That'll work.
Okay.
I'll put it on my calendar. Otherwise, I'll forget it.
All right.
So 7 o'clock on Wednesday, we're gonna do it.
Yep, 6 o'clock Mountain Time. Yes, on Wednesday,
The 25th.
the 25th. Yes, but next
Oh.
week we'll still do normal.
Okay, so 7 o'clock your time or 7 o'clock my time?
7 o'clock your time, 6 o'clock my time.
Okay.
Mountain Time. 6 o'clock Mountain Time. Right? Is that how that works?
Yep.
6, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right. Have a good day, guys.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye.